In the spirit of fairness today, I decided it would be a good, weird, mixed up day to talk about certain things. Namely, certain locals um, involved in all this shit. Boots on the ground, if you will. From like day one. Still yet. They're extreme tampering with everything. Right? Strange day. Anyway. You see, if certain members of this well-organized criminal group online, blah blah, on the gram, in Summer's case, are who they actually proclaim they are and such, well, they actually relate to that partial receipt out there as the thumbnail. And that's the problem for me. Always sort of has been. I'm uncertain if Monster is aware or not. I don't think he'd care if he did. No. Sure, if he didn't at certain times throughout this, um, he will eventually. I don't think he'd make a shit though. Maybe he'll start making better friends. Don't make two shits to me. Um, but his little buddy over here, well, target kids and such, and ain't stopped tormenting the shit out of me in years. Definitely helped the hunting and acquisition team in some of the most extreme fuckery aimed at myself and children, and definitely straight up the asshole of the main characters and all this. Teams and such, you know? Scott H's and crew. Brad's and crew. Yeah. Still, as you can see, even days ago, fucking around with certain other acquisition specialists and things. Until other things got placed, so I don't know. The thing about that thumbnail on there, though, is wasn't but a few short days later that that gentleman found himself dead. It's pretty sudden. Oh yeah. Right now, he was ruled all kinds of ways. We know from those nearest there's actually, yeah, it doesn't. But, everybody here right now is like, yeah, that shit is, I don't care how ruling it is, nope. And there's certain motherfuckers or motherfucker in line around it, right? Lots of questioning and wonder what had them in their fills. My goodness. Bless their hearts. Anyway, thinking about it is, right? This guy here and we were pretty sure at the time that Monster and that short tank, I mean, it looks almost identical too, because they always do. But it is. Um, I'm sure the one tormenting of yeah, such for years now, since hunting us down and doing all the acquisition things around. Summer's cased and embedded as far as they can get in everything, with the pennies and the Scots and the crew and whatnot. You know, I'm sure they know exactly the person I'm talking about, what they look like, how very closely they resemble monsters types. They're always like, man. Psycho, dope whores, very short, brunettes, it's the thing. He has the thing. Right? Keep the giant blonde with the brain in the cage and go for the psycho, stupid, burnout, short horse. It's a thing. He has a flavor. Alright. But I'm sure this one related in many ways to this receipt. I know exactly what I'm referring to. Now, this person, I were pretty sure that one was banging that one, and at the time, and also, that one was banging all kinds of folks' time. There was, whatever. No, those two in particular, him and her at the time of death, definitely some shit going on around there. So, but as you can see, she had a husband. Oh, yes, she did. Oh, yeah. Now, see. Mm-hmm. That dude is a bit of an issue. Uh, I don't know. It's all kinds of fucked up. Speaking of, I think that one also attachment. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. They're all okay with that as long as they get to do whatever anyway. But thing is, certain folks relate to certain places, certain people. They have ties that bind. Straight back into Ben Hill Road. Things and people and others very much present on June 15th. Yeah, to more than just that receipt. And they also have ties to abundance things. especially if you go by location based. People, they also seem around at first and embedded with them in and around summer shit. Right? Some of the initial and worst set offers, cons, temperers, all things. Right? Things later slung or tried to be associated. The people they're not. Now, by God, that one is. And has potential to be. If it is who it says it is. Weird part is, people associated with certain properties reach out and get in touch with me very early on. When boots on the ground are tormenting certain folks to death, trying to acquire others, especially on certain nights when I believe certain scream testing was occurring, but was offered out to the public and others. People chasing people on roads and y'all waiting on live streams that never happen and all that. Right? Now, why do that? After I push back against boots on the ground, that really pisses my only going team off, don't it? Why not reach out to young family who seems to be inserted asshole deep to a giraffe eyeball, giraffe's ball, and all this, supposedly trying to protect, according to its words. You'd think the very same people. Only ones I can think of. But why, when some of those people throughout years have had winning ass lawsuits against you? That still remains. Oh, you locked in there, sugar. Oh, you are. It gets weirder when you realize that certain names are actually certain departments. Not the proclaimed fear of shit manufactured instead to be certain Summers agents and blah blah blah. And nothing ever quite adds up, does it? Because boy, during certain seasons, you make sure to want things taken down, and make sure to want things taken down and not affect certain things that, wildly enough, relate back to them. But Tucker, and certain places, that don't make a whole lot of good sense. And then watch years long weirdness of people pretending like there's been a super outing or super docs or super something. Hell, I don't know. Lawsuits everywhere, all that. But nobody's done any such thing as a super doxing event. And if they've not mentioned the things that I'm trying to be vague-ish about here, speaks volumes. Because others know. Oh, they know. And if they've not said in all these years after all this pretend back and forth, lawsuit bullshit, it reeks to high heaven. It reeks of tampering further with more courts, more shit. More stuff, more people. What gets me, though, is that this critter here makes sure to helpfully get right around Monster to help with the same fucking crew: Scott H, BK, Penny, Jenny, Adrian, Tiffany, Roho, Horbag, etc. And to help fuck around, lie, bullshit, try to acquire a witness, minor, false pretenses, potentially get my kid eventually killed at the hands of Monster, do all the tampering shit. Let alone all the other things this fucking cretin's done. Uh, and definitely went real life on us fears and the torment. The extra was a good troll and a KO, a good shaker. No, it is. Says a lot about this man. Supposedly working certain